Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. There's the old Jarhead here. What I've got going on this morning is I'm just really trying to clean up the driveway. It got pretty rocky this winter when my buddy and I were out here. It was just muddy as all heck. Had a big thaw and I dumped a bunch of gravel over here, but it had a bunch of big rocks in it too. So I decided I'd put the box blade on. That'll smooth things out really well. And I'll run it through the driveway several times, try to pick those rocks out and clean that up. Now that worked pretty well. I got a little bit more tractor work to do. I'm gonna clean up now behind the cabin. And in general, what we're doing now is trying to get as much slash burned as we can. Probably drop some more trees, then clean up as much as we can all around the property down in this section. But right now I got to clean up behind the cabin because, well, it's got a bunch of dirt and rocks back there from doing some other work. So let's go back there and take a look. We got some piles of dirt back here, all from cleaning out behind the cabin. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up. Most of it will get pushed over the bank. Any organic material in there is gonna compost anyway. So we'll get all that pushed out, try to get this cleaned up a little bit more. Seems like I do it every couple of years. But we'll get this cleaned up and then we'll go from there. Let's get her done. Well, I didn't quite make it. Tractor's almost out of fuel. It was just about full after I put 5 gallons in it the other day. I've been running it a lot, folks. So I realized, wow, it's dropped from a quarter tank to almost empty this morning in about an hour. So I got a little more work in here to do with it, but I need to get 5 gallons of fuel. So I'm gonna have to run to town, get some fuel. Then I'll be able to go ahead and clean this up the rest of the way. Maybe even work down the road here. There's a cut there, an old skidder road that I'd like to fit. I may try to get in there and work that. If not, that's okay. I only brought one 5-gallon jerry can with me this week. I always usually have 2. And it is what it is, folks. Sometimes you just don't. So I can put 5 gallons in again before having to go back to get more. And it would be half an hour to an hour just to get to the gas station because I won't buy it locally. Sorry guys, too expensive. I may run the ATV in here, clean this up a bit, but I got some rocks here to still get out. So I'm gonna wait for the fuel in the tractor, I think. It's cleanup day here at the cabin. Well, the sun came out, got warm. I was really toasty warm. Started riding the ATV around with that chain harrow on, and I'm cold, so I'm gonna have to put another layer on. Check this out, it looks pretty good. You almost can't tell that there was a bunch of rock and gravel and ruts in here. Cleaned up real nice, didn't it? All right, I'm gonna put a shirt on, and then we're gonna go in the back there where I worked over there. We'll get that done. As well, I'll still have to pick rocks up, but you know what? That's okay. We can work it out. For now, I can get that done before I head to town to get diesel. So let's get to it. All right, you wouldn't think that was a workout, but it was. A little out of breath. Let's have a look. I'll show you what this harrow does. As you can see, now we've got a lot of exposed rock. It's nicely raked up other than this pile in the middle that I got to clean up still. But you'll see things are smoothed out and there's just a ton of rock. That's going to be glove work right there. Pick them up by hand. That's pretty much all you can do. I could box blade it and probably get most of them up, but it's Okanagan topsoil right there. But as you can see, it's raked out really nicely. I can leave that the way it is, pick those rocks up, or I could box blade it, but I think we'll probably just pick the rocks up by hand and clean them up out of here or rake them. And I'll have to get that picked up and moved once I get some fuel in the tractor. I can still work a bit more on this bank. What I'm kind of doing here is sort of building it up a little bit so that it kind of levels out over here. I may use this area here as my spot for my cabin or shed for the sawmill, or more likely this spot right here. I'll pull all this fencing out, clean all this up, square this up, get rid of that tree, and then build it here. That may actually be the best way to go. Sawmill's right there. I can run it this way so the doors are on that side, and then it would be easy enough to get stuff to and from to work on the sawmill. And then this road here will continue to push back here and clean it up. There'll be, hopefully, a cabin put back there one day. All of this still needs to get cleaned up, but we're getting there, folks. It's looking pretty good, and this time of year we're getting a jump on forest fire prevention, because even though this isn't a thinning project, just getting it all knocked down, cleaned up, so that later in the summer when things get dry, it's easy enough to come in here and weed eat and knock it all down to dirt again. It will make a big difference when it comes to forest fire prevention. And you know, this chain harrow, I've had this since 2013, I think. The guy I was working for had one. I couldn't believe how well they worked. We've used it and abused it, and you can see it's just literally just metal tines that run into the ground. Pull behind the ATV. That ATV's become a tractor more than anything. Thing works great. Every winter it sits until we come use it again. And I've had to replace the tires on the back. Darcy got a flat with one of the grands one day, had a piece of wood stick right through the tire. Other than that, this thing just keeps on going. All right, folks, well, I think I'm going to take a break. It is 11 o'clock and I need to go to town to get some diesel and a few other things because we've got some work to do inside the cabin as well. But we're here all week. So for now, I'm going to pause and head to town. And after that, folks, that's what we did. Headed to town. Did a little shopping, stopped by our favorite local shop to get some ice cream and a sandwich, and then came back and relaxed for the evening. And that's it for today, folks. I'll drop another video right here for you to check out. More to come. Stay tuned. Y'all have a great night. The old Jarhead out.